What's up, boys?
Good morning. Good morning.
Quentin, I almost hit remove on you instead of accept. Almost kicked you out.
Nice.
Sorry,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Maybe switch up real quick. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Great job on the AARs last night.
Good, good.
Thank you.
So Jamie, let's hop right into EJ real quick. You have a wick to fill right over here, but that did close a weak bullish candle. But did you see the reply about the updated zone right here?
Yeah, so I was trying to understand what you meant about that. Is it a fake out to the upside or fake out to the downside? Because it seems like to the downside. Okay.
No, to the upside.
Okay, yeah, because it seems like every time it touched it, it moved away from it.
Yeah.
You know.
So you had let's actually break this down real quick before everyone hops in. So looking over here, what you ended up having yesterday was a very strong bearish candle close, right? But this area price ended up bouncing off of. Let me remove that. This is a strong area right here. You actually had a little fake out right over here, right? After the support was formed with this candle, you had that support with this rejection right here, and then that resistance. This candle ended up closing a very strong bearish candle, but bouncing off this area as well. The current daily candle is bullish, and the euro is actually, if you actually go over to market milk over here.
Yep, I was looking at it.
Euro is the strongest. Where is it? Just had the all the other currencies. There you go. So euro is the strongest pair right now, which, I mean, take this for what you will. It's a little indicator, but it just gives you a little confirmation of further buys. But looking at the 4 hour, again, you get strong bullish candles pumping up from this level. The last time we were at that level, we had this move. Right? So now getting these strong bullish candles, you get the bearish candle close right at that level, which, I mean, obviously it's a very strong bearish candle in a downtrend. So we could very well be continuing down. But this candle passed the low of that candle, created this bottom wick, and already flipped bullish. And it's a pretty strong bullish candle right now. So we could possibly be forming that support right there. Now, looking at the 1 hour, like I was pointing out, you have that rejection of this area right here. See this area being rejected on the 30-minute, and then you have this wick. You had this liquidity grab retesting this consolidation. Let's get rid of this right here and then pull these out in 2 seconds. You had this consolidation right over here. Price ended up rejecting it right there with that wick, getting a very strong bullish candle, and then closing right back above that level. We closed right back above that level with this candle. Bottom wick formed on this one, healthy, past the high of the previous. And if you could see, it's the same exact wick on the downside as the upside right here, right?
Yeah.
Past the high, strong bullish candle. We could very well be pumping up. The only reservation I have of this is that we could be kind of like what we did here on the 30-minute, where we pump up into this area and then end up rejecting it and then end up consolidating. So you got to understand the limitations to your trade in this zone. You are trading inside of a zone, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, safer buys are going to be above 139, 100 with a clean move here up to this level. Clean price action right here of about 30 pips right here and right here. That might be safer buys, but obviously high risk, high reward buys within here. This 30-minute candle doesn't have a bottom wick. Oh yeah, you got a hard rejection of 139 here. That doesn't mean prices isn't going to continue in your direction, because we got a nice pump up from this area and the fake out. But it's just understanding maybe you may want to secure some part of it. Like I would have probably secured once we reach 139, being that it's a psychological level, I would have secured up here.
Gotcha. Yep, makes sense.
Here's your entry. Give me a second. We got Sammy and Quentin. What's up? No, Sammy and Carlos. What's up, boys?
Hey, what's up, everyone? Good morning.
Good morning, man. How are you?
I'm good. How are y'all doing?
Good to hear. Doing great, man. Just taking a look at a trade that Jamie is in right now, 138 890 was your entry right here.
Yes, sir.
Did you capitalize after and you waited for this candle to close, or it was like an impulse entry?
That was an impulse entry. So once we created that bottom wick on the 1 hour, on the new 1 hour, and started moving past the previous candle high, that wick, I was able to enter at 138.890.
Okay. Let me just see this real quick. Well, that was the 1 hour. So when that candle was pumping up, yeah, that one already created its bottom wick and passed the high of that candle, and that's where you entered?
Yeah.
Okay. And your target is up here?
Up there with a partial right where you have that first zone.
Right here? Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right there. Yeah. So sorry about the scribble there.
No, you're good. Okay, so what's your exit plan for this one?
So right now I'm watching it, seeing what it's going to do. It pumped up there the first time, created this top wick. So if it comes up here again and starts creating like one of these bearish candles and start to move away, I'm going to exit.
Okay. And if price starts going into drawdown?
If it starts going in a drawdown, once it breaks its own candle wick low here and really flips bearish, then I'm going to exit. Because at this point, she's coming back down, and we may come all the way down and fill this wick and retap this level again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only thing is, it's just like I like the stop loss placement. It's just like an insecure stop loss placement because it's not below any candle.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was going to say is, yeah, if it breaks its own low right here, yeah, you could take a little piece off. But if we get that close below 138.730, right below here, that's where I would be definitely taking 50 or just exiting the full thing here.
Yeah.
Then you're getting similar rejections as you did right here and as you did right here. Now we're starting to reject and create another lower high here to then possibly continue down and fill that wick. But I think we should be continuing up here. Let me take a look at the 30-minute again, 15-minute. This is where the 5-minute comes in, and you get that strong 5-minute candle. So can we hold this 5-minute support? If we start breaking this 5-minute support and closing below, then I would be cutting some percentage off. But we can always be coming back down to this area, holding support, and then continuing back up. All right, so we just got that 5-minute close right here. I can see us creating a small bottom wick right here, respecting the low of the previous, and then passing the high over here and possibly continuing up because that was a strong 5-minute candle right here. But again, this is the 5 minutes, so take it like a grain of salt. You got 5 minutes left for the 15-minute to close, so let's see how it closes. We could be holding support there and continuing up, which I think is the higher probability of this, happening.
Yeah.
Especially because we ended up closing above this little resistance right here. All right, we got that close above. We could be getting a deeper pullback to then continue back above there. But again, this is tricky to trade it, so it's just something to learn from as you're going through it and get better for it.
Yep.
So we will monitor that. Let's see. We're gonna go back to GJ here. Not GJ, but the economic calendar. What's up, Reese? Oh, can't hear me yet. What's up, Reese? You can hear me. Okay, so taking a look at the economic calendar again this morning. Woke up to that text from Sharma saying that she forgot it was interest rates today, so she wanted to do a live session tomorrow and Friday. That's okay. So we'll be trading today. I don't know if I'm going to be catching anything today, just being that we got interest rates later on, but it's good to have this session to just go through possible scenarios for today and what we could be expecting for later on. Looking over here, we do have core durable goods orders coming out as well. So maybe we do get a move on gold. We'll have to see. But again, just stay more conservative today and wait until I would say 3 p.m. because you got the statement coming out and the rates coming out at 2 p.m., right? Then you have Powell speaking at 2:30. When 3 o'clock comes around, that's where you guys can start looking at the trend. Well, obviously be prepared before that, but you could really start entering trades around 3 p.m. once you start seeing a clear trend in the market, right? You may be able to grab a quick little scalp. Good job, Reese. Morning, buddy. Okay, so
Morning.
morning, man. You don't like anything in here, huh?
Well, I didn't really change my chart much from yesterday because price is moving like with my line with my levels, right? But yeah, like since you had mentioned the area of between 1714 and 1710. So like I was looking for a sell below 1715, but I'd rather give up the 4 pips and just wait for it to break 1710.
Okay. The only thing I would change on this is I may just adjust this up to right around like 1728, 1730, right? You may have safer buys above that level because once you get into that level, you got this clean move here and this clean move here. You kind of reject all this stuff and you're not going to be in this mess. You have a nice clean move to take price up right here.
Okay, I'll adjust. Thanks, Bo.
Make sense?
Yep.
Awesome. Great job sending. That's how you get better, man. All right. So again, core durable goods orders coming out today for the New York session, 8:30. So in about 45 minutes. But that's about it. Also, Reese, what pairs do you trade? Do you trade a AUD pair? For some reason, I vaguely remember you doing so.
Yeah, pretty much my pair for the mornings is always gold, always. And so after work, wanted to like get into trading more because I had gotten magic keys and stuff. So I started AJ
Okay.
during so AJ is pretty much my Asian pair.
So have you been actually trading it yet, or you're still in the process of back testing it and making sure you're finding?
Yeah, I've been trading it like ever since I started. I've been like live back testing and stuff, but yeah, I've been trading it a lot during Asian and yeah, like you said, it's hit and miss for our pairs, right? Sometimes it's good during London. I never really paid attention to its movement during New York and pre-New York, but there's some good moves on there during New York sometimes. So yeah, it's hit and miss.
Okay, do you see the data that came out last night?
Yeah, CPI.
Yeah. Yeah, so CPI this quarter to quarter obviously comes out once, or actually not once, but 4 times a year. It actually was less than expected over here and also less than previous. So you may be able to expect when they increase rates, they're only going to increase rates by 50 basis points instead of 75 now. So just keep that in mind moving forward when it comes to trading Asian and understanding this pair and just obviously understanding the fundamentals behind it. But
Yep.
But yeah, anyway, that's basically all we have today. Obviously, it's a big day later on during the afternoon. I believe I'll be on a Zoom with either Peter or Paul around this time. Peter, Paul. But what's it called? I'll definitely be keeping you guys updated. I'll be home, so that'll be good. I won't be on the road or anything like that. So we'll be taking a look at the FOMC statement. I'll be seeing what Powell's saying, and we'll see if we can catch a move on gold and take advantage of it. But we're not going to be trading the news. We're going to be trading the reaction to the news, and we're going to be trading the reaction to what they're going to be saying moving forward. Looking at the charts now, break this down from the monthly. All right, 15-minute close strong here for you, Jamie. 30 minutes still looks good. We should be filling that wick right there. If we could create a bottom wick on this 15-minute and pass the high that one, I could see us definitely tapping it at 139, 100. This resistance. Looking good so far, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Now, GJ. Looking at the monthly right now, we have our historical levels marked off, and that's all you should really be leaving on your chart when you're breaking it down. Anything below that, you should be erasing and recharting. So Looking at the monthly over here, I got 158 marked off, that previous resistance. We obviously have 156, but that's irrelevant right now. 158 has been holding a strong support over here. We ended up getting that bounce off of 156 over here. This candle closed a weak bearish candle, strong bullish candle close, higher low, higher high, past the high of the previous, and created this wick to fill. This candle so far is respecting the low of the previous, right? So we haven't tapped or passed the low of that previous. This monthly candle right now is flipping bullish. So whether we flip bullish or not, it looks like we're going to end up closing like a weak bearish candle. What could we get next? Could we get something just like this candle right over here following the previous bearish candle, right? Where we create like a bottom wick, weak bottom wick over here. Let's say we close right there, get a bottom wick, candle flips bullish and continues up to fill that wick, right? Where we've just been bullish. So nothing tells us that we're selling on the higher time frames right now with a weak Japanese yen. Looking at the weekly now, the weekly so far is holding a strong support here, right in this area. We could always adjust, but as you can see, it's kind of easy to diagnose. Rejection, rejection, rejection right here, close right at that level as well. And then this candle respected the low of the previous, and we got a wick to fill right here. Because as we know, in a bullish trend, when you get a candle like this, where the candle flips bearish and closes like that with a tall top wick, a lot of times we end up filling that wick, right? We also have a resistance right here that we could possibly be tapping into as well on the weekly. We could always adjust these levels, but these are our levels on the weekly. Also, if you go over to the Japanese yen really quick, you see that we created another lower high here, and now we're continuing. We're starting to break our support over here. So Jamie, that's another confirmation for you for EJ buys. We got a weak Japanese yen. So can we be filling this gap here and continuing down, creating new lows? Possibly, right? So right now with that price action on the Japanese yen, we could see bulls on GJ. All right, looking at the daily here on GJ as well. Let's see, I want to leave this level here. Previous resistance, return support right here, but you have this support right over here as well, right? That we keep rejecting here. This is that level that we've been talking about, where we've been creating these lower highs since reaching all-time highs of 168,700. We've been making these lower highs here. And right here, you got that lower high right there where we created another lower low. And then over here, we ended up rejecting that area again and then pushing down. So another lower high. This trend is valid because you're tapping 3 times. But right now, we are holding a support right here, right? And again, we have the weak Japanese yen for confirmations where we could possibly be continuing up from here. This candle grabbed liquidity, flip bullish, close a weak bullish candle right here. This candle, no bottom wick though, past the high of that candle, and we could possibly be continuing up. So let's see where we're heading. I'm also looking at this level here. This previous resistance. You see we had a little stalling right over here. It looks like we had a little like fake out over here where this candle ended up rejecting that level. Now we're continuing up. So can we continue up to 166, or are we going to end up rejecting this level, creating another lower high to continue down? All right. So you have this level right here. We really don't need to keep that on the chart right now because price is up here. What we mainly want to look at is this area right here. What you ended up having was a resistance support right here. Obviously, you could drag this over to the left as well. Multiple rejections of that area over here to the left, but resistance, 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 finally closed above that level right here, right? Now we created a high coming down to retest this level right here to hold a possible support. Can we continue up and mirror this candle right here to possibly continue up, right? So let's see if we hold support here on the 4 hour. The 1 hour is about to close here. This is where it gets a little choppy. So being that we had this as the main resistance on the 4 hour, and we closed above, right now we ended up creating that high, but it's a little choppy in here. So maybe you want to wait for a close above this level here, because you get that resistance here, here as well. Multiple rejections of this level here. Maybe it's best to wait for price to close above that level and possibly take price out from there. This is looking pretty similar to EJ as well. Look at the 30-minute. Yeah, 30-minute is now pushing up. We could very well be grabbing liquidity right here. Just gonna adjust this. Probably they're like right there. You have that support, a little bit of a fake out right there because we have a strong support right here. Rejecting once, twice, 3 times, multiple times in this area. Get a quick close below, but quick close back into the area. You have a wick to fill right here, and we're just now filling that wick. So can we be continuing up? I don't know if I want to trade in this, right? This is pretty much a range to me. So let's see what we look at like on the 15-minute. Yeah, it's pretty much a mess in there. But once you break that resistance, once you break 165, 200, you got a clean move to the left over here that you can continue up. So I'm not really going to be touching this over here. I want to see if we have any possible sells. Back to the higher time frames. Yeah, I don't think you have any sells until we start breaking like 164, 700, getting into this area over here. Let's see. Could possibly grab like a quick scalp in here, but it's a little tricky to trade in here. I would say a little bit safer sells are going to be below this area, right? Because you know that we're not breaking structure, creating lower highs over here and continuing down. You may have a cleaner move right over here. But right now, Japanese yen is weak. I really don't want to trade against GJ right now and take any sells, and I don't want to trade in this. So we're just going to leave this be and see what ends up happening with FOMC later on and see if that affects it and pushes us out of this range. Does that sound good, guys? Anyone have any questions?
Nah, that sounds good, bro.
Awesome. Anybody see anything different? All good? All right. On the gold. So gold here, again, extremely bearish on the monthly. We're coming down to 1680 over here. And now you can see with this current monthly wick, we're now rejecting that area. That doesn't mean we're going to get a huge buy off this area because the fundamentals are against that. Fundamentals are bearish on gold with a strong US dollar. The only thing is right now, US dollar has been coming down from its yearly highs over here. You look at the daily over here. We created these highs, right? We retraced all the way back down from mid-July, coming down to hold this support right here. And now we keep rejecting this resistance, right? So rejecting this resistance, if we continue down from here, that gives you further confirmations for buys on gold. But I think that they're just kind of like grabbing liquidity right now for price to continue up because you ended up getting this strong bullish candle close right here. Maybe we're creating that bottom wick for price to continue up later on if they increase rates. Looking at the weekly. Weekly again. Since tapping into all-time highs up here, we've been making these lower lows and lower highs. We got the bounce off 1680, which I'll draw a zone here. Obviously, that's a very strong level over here, you can see. But we ended up getting that strong bullish candle. But this candle ended up creating a lower high here, and we're now bearish. So are we going to continue down from here, or are we going to hold the support and continue up? All right, the daily now. Daily, I would say we can draw something right in here where we're, rejecting this area with a strong bearish candle close here. Another bearish close, but a little bit weaker. And now this candle is so far bullish. So now you can start to see a support being held here from that previous resistance. So can we hold that support to continue up, or are we going to break that support and continue down? All right, 4 hour. Adjust this just a tad here. We're sitting in this range. Sitting in this range right now. Price is obviously consolidating and waiting for the FOMC statement. So we ended up getting another strong bounce off this area. We got multiple bounces and then a strong one right over here. So can we continue up from here? Right, we got the core durable goods coming out in about 30 minutes. So maybe that could push gold, but we'll see what ends up happening. Right now, I think we're just consolidating, and I'd rather honestly personally wait for the FOMC statement to be trading gold as well. So like I said, that's what this session is really going to be about. It's just getting a good idea of what we're going to be expecting later on this afternoon with FOMC. And then after that, we're going to have some good moves from Wednesday to Friday. We should, at least, right? Good opportunities, good setups. And if we just stay patient for that, we're not going to be having to make up for some maybe high probability losses earlier in the week where people get excited, they get anxious, they see a heavy economic calendar, and they want to be taking all these trades in the beginning of the week. All of a sudden, they lose a couple trades, and now they're spending the rest of the week trying to make up for that. Where, in fact, if you just stayed patient, didn't really take many during the beginning of the week, just waited for your exact setups, and you stayed patient, and you were looking for, like I said, the right setups that you want to take. Now you're just basically stacking wins towards the end of the week, and you're basically in the positive. You're not trying to make up for anything. So, like I say, I say it all the time. Patience is the key to this game. If you guys can stay patient when it comes to waiting for setups, waiting for sessions, waiting for high probability times to be trading, you're going to be good, right? You're not going to be burying yourself or setting yourself back or setting yourself behind with bad setups or impatient trades or trades that you didn't even plan. That's not where you want to be as a trader. So right now, again, we're just consolidating in here, holding that support though, right? So we'll see if we end up breaking the support with the FOMC statement. If they end up increasing rates a lot, could we see the break of this support and then you get the clean move to the left where we could take price right back down to 1680 again, right? Now looking at the 1 hour. 1 hour, you have this previous resistance right in here. That price ended up breaking above. Got multiple rejections here to the left over here. Finally closed above, created this high. Now we came down to create the support over here. 1 hour ended up closing bullish right here with a wick to fill. So are we going to hold support to continue up? Up 30-minute looks a little bit, messier. This is really what I don't want to be trading in on gold. So we're just really going to be staying out of this. Stick with the 4 hour or the 1 hour if you'd like. Stick with the 1 hour range over here. And this is what I'd rather be trading. I want to wait for this to be trading in. I don't really have to catch any moves in here. We grabbed 3 wins yesterday. We don't need to be forcing anything in here. Wait for the clean move to the left, wait for FOMC, and everything's going to be pretty good for you. Now, once we do break that support, you have this support of all this consolidation over here to the left, and you got a super clean move right here to the downside, hitting 1680. That's 220 pips right here, right? And it's even more if you take it from up here, which you could definitely get a trade from up here. That's 330. Why try to grab 10 to 15 pips in here with a low probability setup when you could grab almost 300 pips down here, right? So just stay patient. Does that sound good, guys? Yeah, Paul back. What's up, my man?
Yo,
How are you?
good. How are you?
Good, man. Doing great. What you been up to?
Working, trading, going to the gym.
How's the what's it called? New job.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah?
it's good.
It's good?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. You so are we still on for two o'clock today?
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I gotta get going, boys. I'll update you guys in the group if anything.
Sounds good, man. I'll see you tomorrow, all right? I'll talk to you in the chat. Let's see.
Yeah, we're still on for 1 o'clock your time, right?
Yes, let me see.
Or was that tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow. Oh, Wednesday. Yeah, it's today actually.
Today, 1 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Yes, all right. And then I got Carlos at 12. Please. Beautiful. Or did you say you said 1 o'clock?
Yeah, 1 p.m. your time. Yeah.
Yep. All right, beautiful.
All right, later, boys. You guys have
All
a
right,
good
my
one.
man. I'll talk to you later, all right? All right. So very rangy. It's probably gonna end up being a quick session. I want to see what core durable goods ends up at. Looks like we're trying to break this support over here. Let's see if we end up holding. Getting these lower highs over here formed. All right, who wants to break down the chart?
I
Yeah,
would,
I
but I'm leaving in 10, so I'm going to leave it to the brothers to do.
Oh.
I'm up for it.
Quentin,
Yeah.
you want to break something down?
Yeah, for sure.
Beautiful. Name a pair, buddy.
GU.
GU. I like it. GUSD. All right. Is this where you like it?
Oh, just give me seconds. I'm just closing a few tabs. Um, okay, yeah. So annotating. Yep. So there we go. I'd like to have just that trend line from here. How is it? So we passed. I was gonna do that one, but we just passed below in here, so I don't think it's relevant. We just can see that we have this being a bearish trend,
Okay.
making lower highs. Apart from that, we have this big level here and big support level that we are at the moment. If you can zoom in on only this part after.
Sure. There you go. Oh, you didn't draw the trend line. 1 second. So you were looking at this right here?
Yeah, I don't know if it is really useful, as the first one I was looking at was using the very highs
Yeah.
going in from there, but as we are just passing through that line, I don't know if it's will just bother me to have it. I don't know if it's useful, as we right now I would just be looking at price being in that range.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
not be not really respecting that trend line. So you can delete it.
100%. Yeah, that's like you could draw that, of course, if you like, but at the same time, you're really just sitting in this trend right or this range right here, and you're
just like
mainly
to see
paying
that it-
attention to this 120 level.
Yeah,
All right. So you want to get rid of this?
yeah, you can get rid of it. I think it's relevant to see that it was there, it
Yes.
existed, but not keep it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so I can leave the levels like that for now. We'll update them on the weekly after that.
Sounds good.
Okay. So I think we did pass below this level here, closing below. We have the next zone has been 115 flat.
Okay. Like it.
In there. If we were to pass back above that support, which became resistance, we would get into that level here.
Now, what level is do we have right here?
As a price point,
Yes.
I guess it 120.
Right.
Yeah,
My cursor is.
1,200 right there. 1.2.
Right where my cursor is.
Yeah, 1.2, 1,200.
Yes, sir. 120. So that that level right there is something I'd be paying attention to, like drawing a horizontal line, personally. And now, as you can see, price is now coming above it right here.
Yeah.
So we ended up closing below 120, and then we got the strong bullish close, and then this candle created a bottom wick past the high of that candle. So I like your level right here, but at the same time, just I want you to pay attention to the that psychological level right there.
Yeah, you're right. Can you zoom back out to
Yes, sir.
see how it has been respecting that level? And maybe, yeah, you can put an horizontal line at 120.
Okay.
So I can see how it's doing all there.
Joe?
Okay, so it's down here. So we just tapped into it right there, right there.
Yes, sir. And then you got multiple over here as well. Is that good for the weekly?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Right, daily. You want me to zoom out or zoom in?
You can zoom in. Zoom in.
Okay.
We have this
Beautiful.
trend line here.
Nice. So what do you see with this price action right now? What do you see happening?
Clear bearish trend with lower highs and lower lows being formed. We see that each bearish move is way more powerful than the bullish ones, as in a bearish trend is consolidation, then bearish move. Right. So right now we are still printing small candles with wicks indecision. Can we get another bearish move like what has been happening all the other times, or are we going to come up and break this trend line in here?
Great work. Great explanation. Do you want to do anything with this blue zone right here?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Because we have this low that had been formed here, forming a zone, but we have this high here, lining up with this. So that's something relevant to me. I wouldn't take buys before we break and close above in there.
Okay.
Definitely not.
You're saying on the higher time frames for like swings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. We are still on the daily.
I like it.
But that one, I don't really know what to do with it. We
Look
have
at
this
the more
low that's been
immediate.
created here. There.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I must admit, I don't really know what to do with it.
How about this right here? The more immediate price action. Can even have it a little bit lower. I'm just guessing because this is the daily, and I know these
Yeah.
wicks right over here are a resistance, and I know this support right here is a support as well, right? But we could always have like a whole zone, like could always be like this whole thing right here, but we're gonna have to adjust that as we go down, which is fine.
Yeah, but what would you do with the entire zone here because it's just in the way right now?
Yeah, what I would do is just adjust it right here. For right now, move these things over. And then as we go down the time frame, now you get a better idea because you got that support. We rejected this area multiple times. This candle, this one. Then we broke through it, right? And then
Yeah.
held that area as a resistance right here. Then we kept rejecting this area as a resistance as well. Then we tried to push through. We keep rejecting with these weak bullish candles and a little bit of a bearish candle right there. And we're trying to push through this whole level, right? All through here. So now as we go down to the 4 hour, we could see, all right, do we need to adjust that at all? But it's a
Yeah.
lot cleaner than, oh, there you go. It's a lot cleaner than what we had before, the really thick one.
Yeah.
But what we can tell is that we're above 120.
Yeah. Well, we're still printing small candles and like seeing that there's a lot of indecision.
Yep. And then also take a look at what happened last time we created a new low and then we came up to retest the trend line. Where did that happen?
You mean here?
Yep. So you had a new low being created, and then we worked our way up right here with this price action. And then we just kind of consolidated until we tapped into that trend line. And then we created this impulsive move right here. So right here, we created a new low. We work our way up to this trend line. We kind of consolidate to the trend line, and then we could possibly get another impulsive move down.
Yeah.
History repeats itself.
Yeah, makes sense.
So you see the choppy price action here. We could be getting the same thing as we got over here. Choppy, not as choppy, but these are weak candles, weak bullish candles, I might add. So we could very well end up getting the weak bullish candles, and then all of a sudden we consolidate into this area, and they get strong bearish candles closing. Make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, 4 hour. Let's see if we could diagnose this.
All right, brother. I got to bounce.
All right, Jamie.
I will see you guys in the chat. Still in that EJ trade. The 30 did close above support. The 1 hour created a bottom wick and just kind of dancing around right now.
Okay.
So I'm going to just monitor it and see what it does.
Okay.
I'm anticipating that probably with the next 4 hour candle, we'll get that, that push. But like you said, the limitation of that trade is probably that 139, 100 area, and then we're probably done. So we'll see.
100%. Yeah, I would have probably looked at that as more of a little scalp.
Yeah.
Within that range instead of like that ultimate target that you had with the stop loss that you had. So I would probably just look for that impulsive move up where you retested that resistance, and then I would have secured up there and either left my stop loss at its original spot or moved it to break even depending on the price action. And then after that, just kind of monitor it to see if it continues up and just leave a runner.
Absolutely, absolutely. My apologies, brother Quentin. Didn't mean to steal your thunder there.
You're good.
All right, brother. Have a good day, man.
All right, you guys too.
Have a great day, man. See you
All
next.
right.
Anybody in GJ?
Gee.
Got a feeling someone in here is. Kind of like the price action on the 15-minute, even though we're in that range and I'm not trading it. That's why I don't like it that much, but I've seen the setup before. We'll take a look at it after Quentin breaks this chart down so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right, Q.
Yeah. All right. So it's really messy in all up there. We have the support here.
Nice. Think just minor adjustments at this point.
And I would put our zone in there
Nice.
just to be above all that
Perfect.
price action.
Perfect, man.
But then again, we wouldn't be taking I wouldn't be taking buys, I guess, into here, being that we are just close to that trend line, bearish trend line, and really waiting for a clear break, getting above that zone, and maybe taking buys into up over there to take sales. Yeah, waiting for that support to be broken down into the last lows that's been printed.
The one thing I just want you to take a look at in here, I know you were mentioning this trend line. Trend lines are really a dime a dozen. Like they're not as important as you would think as the support and resistance. So all I would be doing here is this could possibly be a buy zone. I would just want a higher time frame break, retest, and then candles closing in my direction in this area, strong bullish candle, and I could possibly take this thing up, right?
Okay.
But I would just be cautious and lower my risk because this trend line is here. But at the same time, it wouldn't like stop me from taking a trade if I have
Okay.
good candles closing in my direction, good candle body anatomy, and all my setups lining up. That wouldn't hold me back. I would just probably lower my risk a little bit.
All right, so
Just keep that in mind. 1 hour?
yeah.
Like what you did with that support and everything, and saying that this is the only way you would take a sell over here. All right.
Looking at this level here as being the most recent support.
Okay.
Then I like the zone, the resistance just up there. I like it to keep it wide like that.
Like this.
You can let it a little wider. I like it to cover a little bit of all, because it just tapped in there.
Okay.
We have all these rejections here, so I don't mind having it like that. Can you zoom in? And looking at this, so we have the support here. And then this zone with all these. How many pips is there here?
Yeah. About 50.
Yeah, so that could be a good area for sales, as we have a very clean move right there.
Sure, yeah, a lot of clean moves in that range.
And I would
30
stay
minute?
out. Oh yeah.
Right.
So yeah, lots of consolidation in here.
Mhm.
Don't think it would be very easy to take a trade from here to here. I don't know how many pips we have in there, but
Not
that
too many.
could be tricky.
You got about 17 to 20 right here. So
Yeah.
it could be a possibility,
Yeah.
you know, especially with the price action that you have here and here after rejecting this area. I think you did an awesome job on this breakdown, like with the adjustments. Also, like the main thing was like breaking down this price action, understanding how we form this trend and how we created these lower lows, lower highs, and stuff like that. Love the levels. One thing I would just adjust here is the resistance over here. I would just adjust this up a little bit. I just like thinner zones.
Yeah.
I like how you were saying that this is your safe sells right down here. These could be sells down here, but right now we're holding that support, right? And we also have a wick to fill over here. But the 30-minute as well, you have that support right here. I think I would just probably only adjust this right here. Probably somewhere in there. Maybe stay out of this area,
Yeah.
depending on the price action that you get. Actually, yeah, I would adjust that right there. And then this would be the area that I'd want to be trading in right here. But great job, man.
Thanks.
Do you feel better after doing that?
Oh yeah, I feel like I've been improving the way I explain things, and it helps me see things more clearly.
100%. The more you explain things, the better you get at it. Awesome. So let's go back over to GJ. GJ is kind of in this range. What I was looking at was this 15-minute price action. Not that I'm taking this. I don't want to trade in this right now. But the way, like, we got this candle closed, we got the retest of this area, and then an engulfing candle of this one right here. Weak bearish candle, stronger bullish candle above that area. Created a higher low with this wick, past the high of that candle. Could we be continuing up from there? The only thing is, obviously, you're just in this range. I don't really want to be trading in that. I think safer buys are going to be above this level. And the same exact thing that we were just saying with GU. Let me actually adjust this trend if we can. Yeah, somewhere in there. We keep rejecting that 166, 166, 100 level. Once we break this resistance here, I would look for a nice retest because right here you got a lot of mess over here as well. So I would just look for a nice retest of this area before taking price back up. See if we hold support and continue up. Let me look at gold over here. All right, gold is holding that support right now. Got the strong 4-hour candle close off that support that we broke down before. The 1 hour is holding that support. Remember, we talked about how price was right at that support, creating that bottom wick, flipping bullish now and filling that wick. So it's clean on the 1 hour. But once you get down to the lower time frames, it gets a little bit messier, a little bit more of a range. So again, my main thing is I'm just looking for possible sells in this area. And you got about 330 pips that we could grab today. I think maybe we're just grabbing liquidity before we continue down today. We'll see what ends up happening. You also have this trend that we've been respecting as well. Let's see if that's valid right here. I'd rather keep that right there. As you guys can see, we're tapping into that multiple times. So can we continue back up to this area, grab liquidity today, and then continue down? Let's see what core durable goods orders comes out at. Just want to look at the chart real quick. We've kind of been like decreasing over here. Actually, kind of just been like ranging with, 1 month we're good, 1 month we're down. They're expecting over here decrease of 0.5%. So we'll see what it ends up coming out at right here. But I'll be surprised if we get a big move on gold, being that we have FOMC later on today. So we got about 2 minutes left for that. Sammy, how you doing this morning, buddy? Catch anything?
No, just waiting.
Yeah.
Still waiting.
GJ ended up rejecting this level. That's why we don't trade in here. Not worth it. Paul, you take anything this morning?
No, not yet. I'm waiting to see if we're going up or down.
On GJ?
I'm just waiting on some hourly closes and then should have something. Hopefully in an hour or two.
Yeah, possibly. Fill us in about the job. What do they have you doing?
They're just kind of training us up right now,
Okay.
and it's like a 3 to 6 month process.
Oh wow.
Before I'm even working like 40 hours. Like last week, I think I worked 3.
3 hours?
Yeah, I still get paid for 40, but they're just the boss has a lot of like he has to do his job, manage his accounts as well as oversee the current analyst accounts
Mhm.
and take phone calls and questions from like every dealership as well as train us. So we're kind of just at the bottom of the list, and
Sure.
he likes to train it slow. So
What, just make sure you guys know what you're doing?
yeah, it's going good. Like I'm learning everything we need to do, and it's at least really easy for me. But it's definitely it's a little boring at the moment. But I mean, I'm not going to complain for getting paid for nothing.
Yeah, true. Are you enjoying it at all?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like the work I've done. I like it. It like time flies by, and it's just like it feels like a good fit.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, that's nice.
We'll go over it more today. We'll talk through everything.
Sounds good.
So core durable goods came out more than expected over here. So the value of goods actually rose a little bit. And then regular durable goods came out and the value really increased over here. So are we going to see, yeah, you're seeing that decrease on gold. And this is good for us for possible sells later on today. Possibly we get these moves down here, and that's what I'm looking for. I'd rather price get closer to this area before FOMC later on today, and that'll be good. So right now we're rejecting this area. We're breaking the support so far. All right. Again, I'm not going to be trading in this. I'm just going to be sitting back and watching, probably back testing a little bit. I got about an hour until I have a Zoom with Tiffany. So we'll see what ends up happening. Just sitting back and watching and being patient. Carlos, you take anything, or you just sitting back and watching?
Yeah, I'm just sitting back and watching.
Yeah. Smart. That's one of the main things I want to impress on you guys is just being patient and taking smart decisions. You don't always have to trade. As you guys know, we're working on our our mission statement and our rules over here that we're going to be going over before every single session. But we got little reminders over here, like you don't need to catch a trade every single day. right? It's okay if you don't catch a trade. You're looking at the week as a whole, you're looking at the month as a whole, and the year as a whole to be ending in profits at the end of that week, end of the month, end of the year. Do not overtrade. We're not going to be over trading in here. We're not going to be over risking in here. You don't need to be successful. You don't need to take a bunch of trades to be successful. You know that's going to go the opposite way. It's going to come back and bite you in the ass. Keep your trading plan in front of you. That's huge. If you just keep, you don't have to always be looking at it, but just review it before your session. It's only going to help you out, right? And then we're making smart decisions in here. That's the main thing. Just make a smart decision every single day. You're focusing on making smart decisions rather than catching all these trades. It's like, I just want to sit back and wait for the right opportunity for me to trade. If you just stay patient, it's the key to the game. Ask any trader, they'll all tell you. But I'm looking to form like a nice mission statement in here so that we can read through it, just a couple sentences in the morning, and it just gives us an idea of what we're all striving for individually, but also as a group as well, so that we all get the most out of this and we all get the most out of ourselves individually. But with that said, guys, I'm gonna hop off. It's a good little session. We're gonna be with Sharma tomorrow and Friday, I believe, if that's what she was talking about this morning. So with that being said, guys, have a great productive day. I'll talk to you guys in the group about FOMC and keep you guys posted on what he's saying. And Carlos, I'll see you at 12. Reese, I'll see him at 1, and then Paul, I'll see you at 2.
All right.
All right, man.
Guys, have a great day. All right.
You too. See you later.
See you, boys.
All right, have a great day.
We got
You too, guys.